everybody, this is Skyler here again. We're back at the movies to do our movie review of Ralph Breaks the Internet. So I think this movie is gonna be very good. So we're gonna go see this movie, and I hope we're about to go tonight, guys, to know how it is when we're done, and I'll do a movie review of it. Alright, let's go do this. Alright, ready to go. We're ready. Alright, we got a big soda pop, pretzel bites, and popcorn. Here we go. Ralph Breaks the Internet, Dolby Cinema, right there.
Limited plan with your choice of the best in TV, movies.
Alright, it's time for a movie review of it.
It was lovely to meet you, Vanellope.
And best of luck finding your song.
I'm me at Lumley Kimmy and Moose Nail, we at Gunaway at Kid up in his eye. Hey, she back me, Lassie. We don't know. We can't understand her. She's from the other studio.
Hi, everybody. Wreck-It Ralph here.
That was a great movie. Now stay tuned for my official review. After a 6-year wait, Disney Animation Studios has finally released the long-awaited sequel to the 2012 hit Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph 2 spells the return of John C. Reilly as the voice of Wreck-It Ralph and Sarah Silverman as Vanellope von Schweetz. The movie begins with Ralph and Vanellope sharing a seemingly inseparable friendship. That is, until Ralph, who tries to spice things up for Vanellope by creating a new road for her to race on in Sugar Rush, which she was grown bored of winning every time. This leads to a video game accidentally breaking the video game steering wheel, with the only replacement being found on eBay for more than Mr. Lidwack, played by Ed O'Neill, makes off the game in a year. So the game is shut down for good, causing all the game's characters to become homeless. So our two heroes jump into Lidwack's arcade's new Wi-Fi router, leaving the safety of their familiar video game world to head off into the internet on a quest for a new steering wheel for Vanellope's Sugar Rush game before Mr. Lidwack sells it for spare parts. They end up in an online wonderland taking the form of a cyber city filled with apps and tiny people representing online users like you and me. The websites and apps we know from our computers and smartphones like Instagram, Google, and Snapchat appear in the form of colorful buildings and skyscrapers, and there to bother the users are annoying little pop-up browser hustlers, one of which being JP Spamley, played by Bill Hader, but more on him later. We are introduced to new characters who live inside the web world, including the annoying Nosmore, a Google search engine-like character played by Ellen Tudyk, and yes, the algorithm for a fictional video YouTube-like site called BuzzTube, played by Taraji P. Henson. Ralph asks Nosmore for help in finding the replacement wheel for Sugar Rush, but every time Ralph tries to ask something, Nosmore starts spelling out some such suggestions the second Ralph breaks a syllable. Nosmore eventually finds the listing on eBay and sends the duo off to eBay. eBay itself looks like a giant auction house with user characters bidding on anything from a used hip replacement part to a potato chip that looks like Beyonce. Ralph and Vanellope find the auction for the Sugar Rush steering wheel, but neither understands what an auction is. So when a user bids a price, they think it's a game where you shout out numbers and whoever says the biggest number wins. They pull ahead of the auction with a bid of $1,000, but then Ralph and Vanellope starting competing with each other to make up the biggest number until winning the auction with a price of $27,001. Unable to pay for the wheel, the duo runs into J. Peep Spanley, a quick baiter that tells them they can get rich by playing video games and collecting rewards other users pay a lot of money for. One such reward is a sweet vehicle Ralph and Vanellope decide to collect inside the mature racing game Slaughter Race, which is a Grand Theft audio type game. Inside Slaughter Race is where we meet my favorite new character, Shank, played by Gal Gadot, who is the leader of Tough Car Boosting Crew and Incredible herself. After failing to collect the reward, Shank points the duo in the direction of BuzzTube, where they meet Yes, who explains how they can make money quick by making viral videos based on the number of hearts or likes they receive. Ralph immediately starts making hilarious videos copying many popular YouTube videos, and the hearts and money start pouring in, but not quickly enough. That's when Vanellope decides to help by heading out and directing users to click onto Ralph's videos as he stays behind creating more funny videos. But threatened by Shank and her racing world that Vanellope absolutely fell in love with, Ralph sends her out to someplace safer, that being the Oh My Disney site. Part of what made the original work were the introduction of the big highlights of the first film were its video game cameos like Sonic, Zangief, Pac-Man, and Bowser. And that winning formula continues here as popular Disney franchise characters like the Disney princesses, Stormtroopers, C-3PO, Buzz Lightyear, Eeyore, Grumpy, Iron Man, and even a Stan Lee character all make funny cameo appearances in the online Disney world of Oh My Disney. If you are a fan of Disney like I am, please be sure to check out some of my fun Disney vacation videos as well as my fun Disney cruise vacation videos, including my popular Star Wars cruise video. Speaking of Disney, one of the many hilarious scenes in the movie is Vanellope's interaction with all of the other Disney princesses. You see them in a totally different light as they make fun of themselves. Back at BuzzTube, Ralph stumbles across the comments section of the site where he learns about the cruel side of BuzzTube, where mean and often bullying comments are left by angry users who have nothing else to do but criticize others. Unfortunately, I have had my own experiences with these types of people, but luckily for me, I have a great group of subscribers and followers out there that drown out the negativity. After Ralph makes enough money to pay for the Sugar Rush wheel, Ralph realizes that Vanellope doesn't want to return home and is considering staying with Shank inside Slaughter Race. So Ralph, consumed with jealousy and insecurity, heads out with JP's family and his sidekick Gord to the Dark Net to put out a virus in Slaughter Race, so Vanellope wouldn't want to stay there. In the Dark Net, they met Gord's cousin, Double Dan, a shifty character with a head, supposedly Double Dan's little brother growing out of his neck. Disgusting but hilarious as Ralph can't help but fix acting at the grotesque growth. Double Dan gives Ralph a virus that exposits weakness to place into Slaughter Race, but as expected, the virus escapes into the internet, finding Ralph, which it identifies as having 100% weakness due to its overwhelming insecurity. So the virus creates thousands of Ralphs that form one huge King Kong-sized Ralph and begin destroying the internet in order to get what all the Ralphs want and need, that being Vanellope. Ralph realizes his insecurities, and when he finally admits that to himself and all of his destructive clones, the virus is destroyed. Ralph realizes he needs to let Vanellope go off on her own, but that letting go doesn't mean the end of their friendship. Much of Wreck-It Ralph 2 centers around Vanellope's struggle with her love for her home in Sugar Rush, and hanging out with Ralph versus her wanting to enjoy the new challenges Slaughter Race provides. This is a typical conflict youth feel and want to hold onto the past while yearning to mature and enjoy the freedom of choosing your own path. Wreck-It 2 does a great job showing this conflict. Ralph and Vanellope are as close as they can be, yet struggle as Ralph smothers Vanellope, insecurely needing to spend every moment he can with her. Ralph simply won't let Vanellope go, especially as she yearns for her own space. It's a very relatable situation many friends and family members experience. There are a lot of internet meme shoutouts, Disney and video game cameos, and appearances by YouTube celebrities. Even with all of the internet noise as a backdrop, Wreck-It 2 manages not to be overshadowed by the web world, apps, and internet stars thrown at us throughout the movie. The best part of Wreck-It Ralph 2 really is the story of growth between Ralph and Vanellope. The two characters have been best friends for the past 6 years. Even though the two go off on their own, we leave the theater knowing that their friendship remains stronger than ever. Wreck-It Ralph was a surprisingly better sequel than I expected, perhaps even as good as the original thanks to the important life lesson as well as entertaining story and cameos. I give Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet, 9 out of 10 stars. Okay guys, so that's gonna do it for my movie review of Ralph Breaks the Internet. This movie was so funny. Make sure you guys go check it out. It's now playing at a movie theater near you. Stay tuned for my next movie review, The Lego Movie 2, the second part. Followed by, I believe, Toy Story 4? We'll see. Anyway, so thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe for more fun videos. And we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!